3 years ago, many of us stood on these steps and talked very specifically about what the dismantling of the criminal justice system would look like. We said that you will see violent spikes in crime. You will see violent offenders being released back into the streets, and you will see countless victims being a byproduct of the dismantling of the criminal justice system. But unfortunately, those in leadership in this building, in this State House, those in leadership in City Hall, they continue to sit in their ivory tower, and their heels are just as firmly dug in today as they were 3 years ago, and their heads are buried just as deep in the sand as they were 3 years ago. You know, they say doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result is the mark of insanity. So what keeps Albany's failed leadership standing by these same failed policies, in my humble opinion, is not insanity. It's political calculus. It is them measuring the way that the political winds are blowing. But most importantly, it is a willful indifference to the truth. And frankly, it is evil, because the only people who lose are hardworking, honest New Yorkers. So I'm in awe of two things as I stand here today with my colleagues at this podium. I'm in awe that leadership continues their reign of incompetence and their ability to, frankly, stand by idly while we're seeing so many victims suffer. What they're choosing to do, rather than put people before politics, is appease their political donors. They're looking to appease the far-left activists that threaten to primary them. Now, you will hear this, I'm sure, today. The fear-mongers, they stood on the steps, and they talked about their political talking points or their partisan rhetoric. It's neither of that. It is not fear-mongering. It is not partisan talking points. It is the reality of New Yorkers across this great state. And the truth of the matter is that the only folks that are fearful are leadership. They're fearful of losing their death grip on the power that they have. Now, most importantly, I'm in awe of something else. That is the brave men and women of law enforcement who continue to put their uniform on every single day. They kiss their wives, their husbands, their children goodbye, and they do their very best to go out into our communities and protect and serve the community. Some in Albany, unfortunately, have made it endlessly more difficult for them to keep our communities safe. Yet, they continue to carry on about their duties and doing what they love. And they all do this. Think about this for just a moment. They continue to do this while the spineless and indifferent bureaucrats in this building continue to make the streets more dangerous. You know what? They continue to do this while their brothers and sisters who wear the uniform are attacked, injured, or killed, like we recently saw in New York City. They haven't given up protecting us, and it is the position of the people standing behind this podium today that we're not going to stop continuing to fight for them, nor will we continue to stop fighting for the people who call New York home. I'll make one last point to the men and women who wear the uniform, and I know that there are tens of thousands of them that do this selflessly every day. I've said this before, but it bears repeating. It may seem, by way of the policies that come out of this State House and the policies that come from City Hall, that no one cares about you. But nothing could be further from the truth. There are, in fact, countless people who work in government, people like those standing behind this podium that care about you and that will fight for you every day. Thank you.